Hello and welcome to my movement medicine class. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a sequence that really means a lot to me. It is the class that I put together for my final graduation from my yoga teacher training, which I am just so ecstatic about. And so this is a practice that I'm offering in reverence and honor to all that I have learned, and as a tribute to not only my teachers, but the teachers that have come before them. And just feeling a lot of respect for the lineage of yoga and how it has brought me here and what it's done for my own journey. So thank you so much for joining me. This is a class that is focused on reclaiming our sacred right to live a happy, healthy life filled with love. So we will be tapping into different emotions inside of the body. We'll go through a really fluid and juicy movement sequence, as well as doing some chanting and some guided visualizations at the end. So please grab anything that you feel like you need for your body to be comfortable. This is a class designed to be accessible to everyone, so I'm not using any props or anything for myself, but if that's something that you incorporate into your practice, I welcome you to have those. If you want to grab some tea or some water, whatever it is that you need, go ahead and pause this video and we will jump right in. So meet me in seated position. As we begin this practice, I invite you to set an intention for yourself. So we'll begin by breathing together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can have your palms face down if you want more grounding, or face up if you are more open to receiving messages from the universe. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And as your mind begins to slow down, set your intention for your practice. This can be a devotional practice, a practice to help you tap into a specific emotion or feeling, whatever is resonating to you. And as you sit here with your eyes closed or your gaze looking down in front of your nose, breathing those deep inhales, resounding exhales, I'm going to read you a quote from Louise Hay. This is one of the poems in her book, You Can Heal Your Life. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I live in harmony and balance with everyone I know. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates out from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It is an expression of my inner joy. I love myself, therefore, I take loving care of my body. I lovingly feed it nourishing foods and beverages. I lovingly groom it and dress it, and my body lovingly responds to me with vibrant health and energy. I love myself, therefore, I provide myself a comfortable home, one that fills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with the vibration of love so that all who enter, myself included, will feel this love and be nourished by it. I love myself, therefore, I work at a job I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities, working with and for people I love and who love me, and earning a good income. I love myself, Therefore, I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that which I give out returns to me multiplied. I only attract loving people in my world, for they are a mirror of what I am. I love myself, therefore, I forgive and totally release the past and all past experiences, and I am free. I love myself, therefore, I live totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good, and knowing that my future is bright and joyous and secure. For I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now and forevermore. All is well in my world. Let's seal this intention together. Inhaling, arms up over our heads, palms coming together to touch. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Before we go into our movement flow, we're going to do a grounding technique called emotional freedom technique. And this is a series of tapping in different locations in order to activate different parts of our bodies and different energetic centers. This is something that's taught specifically for people with anxiety disorders because it can be really calming, but also if you follow the different meridians of energy through traditional Chinese medicine, it activates all these different major organs and meridian lines that run through our body to help us release and actually tap into emotion that gets stored within us. And so you can choose either hand, doesn't really matter, and we're going to go through a sequence of tapping. So starting with the top of our head, the very crown, which is not like the tippy top, but actually a little bit further back towards where your hair spiral is. So starting to tap there, and we'll tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Moving to right above the eye and the inner eye, and just tap really gently here. So this is kind of the space between where your eyebrow and your nose connect. We'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Underneath your eye, right on your eye socket bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right underneath our lip, in that soft space between the lip and chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Underneath our collarbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now this one's a little awkward, but take your arm out like a chicken wing and just tapping that zone below your armpit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll repeat this time. I won't count, I'm just going to call out the different body parts. Feel free to go at your own pace, starting with the crown of our head. Then the upper inner eye. Below the eye. Below the lip. below the collarbone, below the armpit, crown of the head. Pay attention to any sensation and emotion that arises throughout this time. Inner eye. This is our body releasing what has been stored within it. Below the eye. And we want to honor that. Below the lip. Below the collarbone. Armpit. Is it possible for you to invoke a sense of grounding and calm? Crown of the head? Or do you feel agitation or, hesitation rising up in your body? Inner eye. Below the eye. Below the lip. Collarbone. Armpit. Feeling a lot of tingling in my right foot as I'm doing this. Last time, crown of the head. Inner eye. Below the eye. So this is a wonderful self-care practice that you can do pretty much anytime, anywhere. And it's just another way to give ourselves love and to check in with ourselves below the lip. Collarbone, below the collarbone. And below the armpit. Find stillness. As you breathe deeply, feel the effects on your mind and body. What sensations have arisen? Do they have a color or a texture associated with them? Did any memories come up? So this flow is going to be a little different than maybe what you think of as a normal, quote unquote, yoga class. It's going to be really fluid. We're going to be finding a lot of organic movement throughout, and so there's going to be a lot of times where I'll invite you to take your practice into your own hands and to individualize the practice in whatever way. We're going to start with the Circle of Joy, which is one of my favorite movement sequences right now. So we're going to inhale, bring our hands to our heart in a prayer position. Exhale, interlace the hands, push the palms out, rounding your shoulders forward. Inhale, palms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down behind you. Plant your hands, plant your feet, fingertips pointed towards your heels. Inhale, push up into a tabletop position. Let your head drop behind you, engage your core, knees over ankles. Exhale, back down. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, interlace, round forwards. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, arms back, plant your hands, plant your feet. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, return to seated. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, round forwards. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, plant your feet. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, return to seated. Inhale, hands together. Exhale, round forwards. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, plant your feet. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, palms together. Final one. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, plant your feet. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, return to seated. Inhale, hands to heart center. Some serious vitality right there. We're going to move into some spinal warm-ups. And like I said, this class is going to be really fluid, so feel this in your body. Feel what you need to do. As we start with some spinal circles, hands on your knees. Inhaling as you come forwards. Exhale, rounding. If you want, you can bring your arms up, finding this channel of energy all the way from your root, from your sacrum, up past the crown of your head. Switch directions, inhaling forwards, exhaling back. You can find some arm movements here. Whatever feels good, just flowing. Inhaling, arms up, spread your fingers, look up, big inhale. Hold at the top, bring your thumbs to touch. Holding this breath as long as you can. Exhale, tongue out. Bring your hands back down, feeling that energy flowing. Inhaling, bringing your right hand behind you, left hand to right knee, finding a twist. Exhaling, bringing that right hand up, reaching up and over towards your left, finding length in your neck. rounding forwards. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, twist to the opposite direction. Inhale, arm reaches up and over. Left hand to right side, finding length in your neck. Exhale, round. Inhale, blossoming up. Exhaling, left hand, right knee. Inhaling, right arm reaches over to the left side. Exhaling, round forwards. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lean. Exhale, round. Now take this next one at your own pace. How can you make your movement as in sync with your breath as possible? Part of movement medicine is finding a way to make your life into a living piece of artwork. Inhaling, arms up, bringing your hands down. We're going to come onto our backs now, so we're going to find a little bit of play. So rolling backwards, tucking your neck. I like to grab my ankles and just protect your spine here, so really tucking your neck in. Don't fling your head back full force, but just find a little bit of play. When is the last time you really rolled around on the floor? Just for fun. It's a good question, huh? And come onto your backs. I'm gonna switch this direction because it's gonna work a little bit better for my space. And come into just a Shavasana position, laying down. Bring your right leg up, grab it in your hands, and roll over into a really juicy twist. And it's okay if your shoulder comes off the floor because we're going to be doing some arm circles here. So bringing your left arm out and bring your right arm up to meet it. And then continue going. Exhaling, coming all the way around. Inhaling, bringing that arm forwards. Exhaling, finding length as you bring it back. Inhaling forwards. Exhale, open. Inhaling. Exhaling. Really finding some nice long breaths here. And now extend that top leg out as so right leg straight, right arm open and back, and then switch. So bringing your arm and your leg up and through, you're bringing your leg back and your arm forward. So just having a little seesaw motion here as you inhale, bring your leg forwards, exhale, leg back, arm forwards. And this is just getting a really juicy stretch all along our spine, through our arms and legs. If you have a wall in the way, you can always bend your back leg. And how can you find ease and fluidity here? On your next exhale, come back to center. And we'll take this on the opposite side. So left leg comes in. Bring your left leg over to your right side. Extend that right arm out. And you're bringing your left arm to meet it. Inhaling, bringing your arm over and up. Exhaling, stretching back over to your left. up and back. Exhale, stretching open. And on your next inhale, extend that leg to straight. Left arm is straight back behind you. And exhaling, bringing your leg back and your arm forwards. Inhale, switch. Finding as much ease through this posture. And next time your leg comes forward, go ahead and rebend it, and we're going to finish our roll coming into a half frog position. So I'll switch my legs so that you can see a little bit better. So my leg is bent out as close to a 90-degree angle as you can get, but do what feels good for your body. And from here, we're just going to do some cobra roll-ups. So we're actually going to bring our arms out wide, and we're going to push up and melt back down. Push it up, melt down. Only go as far as what feels good for your body, even if that's only going to here. If you want, you can add in some arm circles, chest circles, whatever feels good to you. And then when you're ready, coming back down, just go ahead and switch those legs and repeat on the other side. Finding whatever movement feels good to you here. And maybe that's stillness. Maybe you found a spot that's really sticky that you want to stay in. And on your next exhale, bringing your legs down, spread them about as wide as your yoga mat. Bring your arms into a cross position so your hands are on top of each other. And let's just breathe here. This big crocodile breath where you're really breathing into the sides of your abdomen rather than the front of it. In our lives, it's so important to create these moments for stillness and for inner peace. It can be really easy to get lost in the flow and in the busyness of life. So having a reminder to come back to stillness and in a lot of ways come back to self and to love is really important. Come up onto all fours from here. We're going to go into a tabletop position. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Trying not to lock into your elbows or having a slight bend in your elbows here. We'll move through some cat-cows. Inhaling as we drop our belly and look forwards, keeping our neck long. And I like to think of this not as how deep can I stretch, but how much space can I create between my tailbone and my head. Exhaling, rounding through for cat. And we spend a lot of time hunched over, maybe more than we should. So if you want to deepen this stretch and get into a little bit of a different place, you can always bring your weight back towards your knees more. And that'll stretch outside of where we're already, as a society, a little over-rounded into. Inhaling, drop your belly, look forwards. Exhaling, arch. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, arch. And I invite you here to find some more organic movement. I had someone, a yoga teacher in a class recently, call this the dancing lion, where you're doing some barrel rolls, finding fluidity, maybe even coming forwards and back, stretching into your hips, whatever feels good. You can find a spot that feels a little more sticky and hang out there, stretching into the different parts of your back, moving through each vertebra of your spine, finding what feels good to you. Whatever you did on one side, do it on the other. So from here, we're going to come into gate pose, and this is going to be another. So from here, we're going to come into gate pose, and I'm going to flip around again so that I'm in a better direction for you to see me. You're going to kickstand your right leg, so turning it towards the back of your mat. Bringing your left leg straight and out, you can plant the foot down so that the outside of your foot is pushing into the mat. Keep your arm stacked so that your shoulder is over your hand, and you can reach your arm up, your left arm up and over, keeping your neck engaged, pushing into that shoulder so that you're not dropping into the socket, and creating a long line of stretching through your whole side body. From there, we're going to come into a little bit of a side angle variation. So bringing your body over towards your left leg, knee over ankle, bringing your right arm up and over your head, and inhale back in to that gate pose. Exhale, side angle variation, and just find your flow here. You can take some arm circles in gate pose, both directions. Doing whatever feels good for your body. Keeping in mind that we're lifting up and through our joints, not sagging into them, creating health in our bodies, cultivating joy, fluidity, and ability to adapt and move with our life. Next time you come into gate pose, hang out here and come back onto all fours. We're going to do this on the opposite side, so kickstand that left leg out, extend your right leg, pressing into your left arm, lifting your right arm up and over, keeping your neck long. Right arm can reach towards the sky or up and over your head, and then flow into that side angle variation. Inhaling, gate pose, opening up, exhaling, side angle. Inhale, gate pose, exhale, side angle. Feel free to throw some arm circles into that gate pose. And with everything, you can do this at your own tempo. You don't have to be going as quickly or as slowly as me. Do what feels good in your body. Next time you're in gate pose, we're going to come back into our tabletop position. And from here, tuck your toes so that all 10 toes are on the ground, and walk your hands back onto your knees. This is a really intense foot stretch, so please come out of it whenever you need. You can come out, tap the top of your feet to release. Our feet hold on to a lot of the tension in our body, and within our feet there are reflexology points for all of the different major organs in our body. And so we're walking all day long in these shoes that aren't really designed for the shape of a foot. Instead of letting our feet splay out, it holds it into position, and so we build a lot of tension there, and releasing that tension through our feet can be really liberating, and it can cause a ripple effect through the whole body on where different emotions are coming out and where different blockages lie. So like I said, go ahead and take a break whenever you need. In chakra psychology, everything starts with our root chakra, which is really associated with our feet. So our root chakra is at the very base of our spine, and this is all about security, all about your right to be here. And it's the foundation for us to actually be able to feel love. If we don't have a secure root, we are going to either be holding too much energy or not enough energy there, which will cause issues all up and throughout the rest of our chakras and our energy centers. And so having a loving, caring relationship with our roots is really important. Go ahead and release. Tap those toes. And from here, we're going to bring our hands forward. Tuck the toes again and push your hips up into downward facing dog. Personally, I like to have my feet about hip widths apart, but you can also bring them flush together, whatever feels best on your body. Spreading through all 10 toes, pushing your heels down towards the ground. Fingertips are spread. Your arms are externally rotating, so elbows kind of pushing out towards the side, while your biceps are engaged and turned on. Your shoulders are down in your sockets, so creating space between your shoulders and your your shoulders and your neck. Head is hanging. Legs are engaged, quads are turned on, hips are pulling up towards the sky. And you can go ahead and walk your dog here, finding what feels good. And reaching both heels back towards the ground. Inhaling, lift your right leg up towards the sky, toes pointed down so that your hips are staying squared. And exhale, bring that foot up between your hands, creating a 90-degree angle with your knees. Your back toes will stay lifted, and we'll come up into a crescent lunge. So in this crescent lunge, I will sometimes start with a bent back leg so that I can make sure I'm not arching into my low back. I want my pelvis to be neutral, so thinking if I had little laser lights on my hips, they'd be pointed straight forwards, not up, not down, straight ahead. From here, arms up. If you want to keep that back knee bent, you totally can. If not, you can straighten it. We're just going to do a little arm flow. So we're going to push our energy down, flip our palms forward, scoop up all that love and gratitude that we have for the universe and for each other, and wash that back over our bodies. Scooping forwards, gathering up love, gratitude, thankfulness, giving ourselves a blessing, bringing that energy down to connect to the earth, scooping up and forwards, bringing that energy down. One more time, give yourself the biggest, most loving smile you have given all day. As you come down, plant your hands and step your back leg up to meet your front leg. Inhale, halfway lift, so you can bring your hands onto your shin, or your thighs, your shins, your feet, the floor, wherever you are, engaging your core. Exhale, fold, and inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to your side. We're just going to do a little non-traditional movement here. So bouncing on your toes, releasing energy, getting your fascia moving. Your fascia is like the most amazing interconnected web of collagen and elastics that covers everything in your body. It loves to be hydrated and it loves to bounce. And when we're taking care of our fascia, we're taking care of ourselves. And I hope you feel a little bit silly. I'm going to face you, but feel free to stay where you are. Bring your feet hip distance apart or a little bit wider to find a stable stance. We're going to do something called knocking on heaven's door. So we're going to bring our arms out and we're trying to slap ourselves in the butt. So trying to keep your lower body planted. This is all in the upper body, generating that movement, that joy, being silly. You deserve to be silly. We all take our lives a little too seriously, if you ask me. Speed it up. And come back to stillness. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step, hop, or float your way back into a plank position. Engaging your core, you can lower down from here, or you can go knees, chest, chin, push up into a cobra, lengthening through the spine, glutes are relaxed, top of your feet pressing into the floor. Tuck your toes and come back up into a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up, toes pointed down, hips squared. Exhale, step through into your crescent lunge. Inhaling your arms up. Check in. What's your pelvis doing? Are your laser lights pointed forwards or are they all over the place? And we'll go through that self-blessing again. So arms up. Exhaling, pushing our energy down into the earth. Inhaling gratitude, love, joy, washing it over our bodies. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, step back into a plank. Lower down. You can do a full chaturanga or that knees, chest, chin that I showed. Inhaling up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just find a moment of stillness here. From here, drop down to your knees. And take a moment to just breathe. We're going to go into rabbit pose next, and this is a pose that if you have any history or current issues with your cervical spine, I would recommend not doing. So if this doesn't sound good to you, you can come into a child's pose position. But if this is something you want to give a try to, go ahead and follow me. So we're going to interlace our hands behind our back, and we're going to slowly start leaning forwards so that our heads are pressing onto the ground. And so you want to minimize the amount of weight you put into your spine. There should be very little weight here, so if there is a lot of pressure, back out of it. And your arms are lifting up, the back of your hands towards the sky. The further forward you go, the more pressure there will be. So if you're feeling too much pressure on your head, sink back into your hips a little bit. You don't have to be super raised up to still get the effects of this pose. I like to take it really easy in favor of the longevity of my spine. And you can explore rolling around on different parts of your head, rolling from side to side, forward and back. But this will only work if there's very little weight on your spine. So if you feel any resistance to movement here, just back out and take it a little bit easier. When you're ready, we'll all meet up in child's pose. And from here, just take a moment to intentionally roll your head from side to side. And this is massaging our third eye, which is our intuitive center. The practice of yoga is deeply personal, and the more that we are in touch with our own intuition and what feels good for our mind, body, and spirit, the more we'll be able to get out of our practices. Go ahead and find your way back to a seated position. And we are going to do a little bit of chanting. So we're going to be chanting the Sanskrit phrase aham prima. Prima. And this means I am divine love. So the benefits of this is that it is a really heart-healing mantra, and it helps to restore health, cleanse your mind, raise your consciousness, and improve your self-worth, as well as bringing us into a state of presence. So we're going to be here in our seated pose for a while. If you find that your hips are really high or your knees are really high above your hips, you can add a blanket or a pillow or a cushion to help lift your hips up a little bit. And once again, yogi's choice, hands down for grounding, hands up for universal connection, receiving messages, etc. So we're going to chant this together 27 times. I'm going to keep track on my fingers, so if you see me doing some funky little hand things, that's what's going on. I invite you to close your eyes or let your gaze look softly over your nose. And we'll begin inhaling to exhale, inhaling to chant Aham Prima, 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 Aham Prima. Sit with this energy. Whenever you feel like you need to connect back to the truth that you are divine love, this is a great mantra to include in your daily practice. From here, we are going to find our way into Shavasana, our final resting pose. And we're going to go through a guided body scan. So allowing your feet to splay out to the side, your arms to find a comfortable position. Close your eyes and begin to focus on the crown of your head. Releasing any tension, letting your energy flow freely in and out of this space. Bringing your awareness to your forehead. Are you holding any tension there? Moving to your eyes. Are you scrunching your eyes closed, or are they restfully relaxed? What about your lips and your jaw? Is your tongue relaxed? How can you exhale the tension out of your face? Moving our awareness to our ears and the back of our skull, releasing any tension and feeling the way that our head connects to the earth. Can you send your breath into your neck, creating length in your spine? How can you send love to your throat, the center of your voice, the center of what we choose to share with the world? Are you holding tension in your shoulders? How can you use your exhale to melt your shoulders and your upper back into the ground beneath you, surrendering into that supportive structure of the world? Breathing into your collarbones and your upper chest, relaxing your arms. Are you holding any tension in your biceps or forearms? Quickly moving through each of your fingers, your thumb, pointer, middle, ring, and pinky finger. Are they relaxed? Is there any tension in the palm of your hands? Moving to your lower chest and your diaphragm. Are you able to breathe into all four quadrants of your torso? Can you release any tension in your belly? Letting go of any boundaries that have been crossed. Releasing the need for control. Seeing our bellies as a place of softness and love. They can be fierce and they can be gentle, but they do not need to be tense or hold on to the hardships of our lives. Send your breath into your hips and into your sacral chakra, the area where a womb would be. Can you release the tension in your hips and in your pelvis? Feeling a flow of energy up and down your spine. Breathing into your low back. Moving down your legs. Can you relax your spine or your thighs? Relax your knees and your calves. Check in with your ankles and your feet. What tension have your feet been carrying? Picturing a glowing light at your heart center, whatever color first comes to you. And imagine this light going brighter and brighter and brighter, beginning to radiate out from your body and coat you in a beautiful glaze of glowing love, surrender, serenity. And imagine this light glowing so bright, it begins to cover not only the four walls of your home, but the entire world around you, connecting you to the universal love and source and oneness that we are all a part of. Continue with this visualization and the shining of your light, cultivating gratitude for those around you. I'm going to reread the quote from Louise Hayes. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I live in harmony and balance with everyone I know. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates out from me in all directions, and returns to me multiplied. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It is an expression of my inner joy. I love myself, therefore I take loving care of my body. I lovingly feed it nourishing foods and beverages. I lovingly groom it and dress it, and my body lovingly responds to me with vibrant health and energy. I love myself, therefore I provide for myself a comfortable home, one that fills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with the vibration of love so that all who enter, myself included, will feel this love and be nourished by it. I love myself, therefore I work at a job I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities, working with and for people I love and who love me, and earning a good income. I love myself, therefore I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that which I give out returns to me multiplied. I only attract loving people in my world, for they are a mirror of who I am. I love myself, therefore I forgive and totally release the past and all past experiences. I am free. I love myself, therefore I live totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good and knowing that my future is bright and joyous and secure. For I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me, now and forevermore. All is well in my world. Continue to rest in your Shavasana. We will be here for 5 minutes in silence. Slowly begin to bring movement into your fingertips and toes, allowing your breath to deepen. As you feel ready, begin to make these movements bigger. Maybe reaching your arms up and over your head. And whenever you're ready, roll over onto one side, coming through fetal position and pushing yourself up to a seated position. Or if you want, stay in Shavasana and chill out as long as you need. We'll end this class together with the sound of Om. Inhaling, bringing your hands to heart center. Exhale, inhale. Om. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. May your heart be blessed and your life be filled with joy. The light in me honors the light in you. Peace be with you. If this class resonated with you, I would really love to know about it.